Okay, so let me not delay any longer. Today, I will be sharing with you what you need to know before dating and even learning your partner's love language. I'm going to go to the depth. I'm taking you on a path, on a journey to finding out what really it is that a relationship happens to be, and if you're currently in one. We'll also be looking at how to build a meaningful relationship that's alive, mutual, and build on relating over just existing. Okay? So let's jump right into it. And relationship. What is relationship? What is a relationship? And are you really in one? The truth about relationship is going to be revealed this day, this given time, this moment. Now, answer me this. When you hear the word relationship, what first comes to mind? What does relationship means to you? There's no right or wrong answer. When you hear the word relationship, what you think of? The art of receiving, the art of relating to others. Okay. Who else have an input? As Shana, you pretty much got it. The act of relating to others, because it ain't just one you're with. It's really more than just a relationship. Is more than just with the one significant other. All right. A relationship is the state of being created by the process and action of relating. Did you get that one? So it has to do with how you relate to another emotionally, mentally, spiritually, practically, physically, and the physically can include sexually as well. Yeah, so the physically includes sexually, because that's a whole different thing. That's going to be tomorrow's interaction on Sexology Thursday. All right, so we are stick within the premise of outside of sex in this presentation. Tomorrow is the whole sex talk. All right, so to break it down, we talk about relationship. We break that word up. To get the meaning of any given word, you have to break it up in syllables. You know, like when they say I go to school and you have to spell a word, you have to break it up in syllables. You have to take the prefix, the suffix, and the primary word. Well, this word has two suffixes. The suffix has to do with the ending of a word that amplifies or give meaning to the primary word. So, relay. And when you hear the term relay, all heap of things can come to mind. Like a race, a relay, where you pass a baton. It's a team effort. But relay also has to do with relate. Relate has to do with share. You express, join. So this is just the first aspect of the term relationship. I'm going to touch the shan yet. I'm going to touch the ship yet. Okay? So to relay is to relate, and that has to do with share. It has to do with expression. Now the shan, the suffix shan has to do with the action or process, and the ship, that's a suffix ship, has to do with the state of being. So relationship is the state of being that results from the action of relating. And that is why a lot of relationship now work or no work, because how the individuals relate to each other not on par. Them have a mutual, but for a simpler term, understanding of each other. But when I use the term understand, we do is overstanding or comprehension of each other. Because them take the time to know the person or took the time to know themselves so they can share themselves, relay themselves to that individual who in turn would do the same. So that's just how it is in terms of relationships. Simply, it's how you relate to another, how you share. And that has to do also with, never want to go down the road, but how you share your entire being with that person. Sexually also. Because some persons carry out the act of sex and it's just one-sided. But I'm going to say, the sex talk of it tomorrow. Sexology Thursday. All right. Now, answer me this. What do you think happens in a relationship when people stop relating? They stop communicate. They stop sharing a simple gesture. I don't want to say it all. You know, I don't want to say it all. Trying to see who just popped in. That looks like Ken. Okay, so you give me some feedback on how you share in your relationship or relate in your relationship, as in an act of sharing. Tell me how you relate, how you share in your relationship. Because at the end of the day, when persons stop relating, it ends up in a particular way or state. Relating based on sharing also has to do with your disapproval. Some persons maybe, as in let's say in Jamaican term, catch and watch, though they disagree with something that their partner is doing, and the partner not necessarily has to be your significant other, it could be a business partner, could be a family member, but they instead them claim to them no want cause friction, so them hold their opinion, and it causes distance. Distance it causes. By holding your own, it causes a distance, because you are trying to prevent having friction. So it is important to share, to relate, to make known your desires, your disapproval, your approval. It's no wait upon the other party. No think so them are gonna know exactly what you are thinking. It no work that way there. So when persons stop relating, problems comes in. One significant aspect of relationship is communication. And I ain't gonna get into it because that's another topic. But what I will get into now is the types of relationship there is. And there is the romantic type, what persons would refer to as the intimate relationship. Intimacy is miscomprehended as well. And then you have the friendship type of relationship. You have the family relationship. You have the professional relationship. And you also have the spiritual relationship. Now, what makes the difference with these relationships is based on the ship. Remember what I told you what the ship is? The purpose behind the action of relating. So, the romantic relationship is based on intimacy, closeness, real closeness, support, and shared life goals. Many feel like it may feel passionate or loving, right? So that's how you're kind of tight in the romantic relationship, or you're more aware of the romantic type of relationship. While a friendship is based on common interests and mutual support. And that has to do with how you can determine that one day, has to do with loyalty. In its essence, loyalty, support, the key thing there. You can depend. You say, yeah, I'm a real friend that because the person that normally did it. When I'm at my lowest, the person that just call or send me a message, just like them know you're really linked to that person there. And the family now is based on blood ties, the emotional bond. And that has to do with the root of a bond, the family. Then you have the professional or partnership kind of relationship, and that is shared tasks, shared support, mutual respect, and that has to do with productivity. All right. Then you have the spiritual, that has to do with the faith, the reflection, the self or divine, because the spiritual relationship first have to be with the higher being and yourself. But all this, the significant other, ought to be all this to you. All this type of relationship is supposed to be expressed in your romantic relationship. They ought to be your friend. They ought to be your family, because automatically they become your family. And you may end up having family, creating family with that individual. So they become family. If you still not create a family by having children, they're still your family. All right. And then you have the partnership, the professional aspect of it, and the spiritual aspect of it. They should also help to keep you grounded spiritually and be there to support you in your endeavors. It's a partnership. A relationship is a partnership. It is a partnership. So, based on the relationship types that I stated, the one that best describes your relationship would be what? Think about it. What would best describe the type of relationship you have with others or the significant other? Okay? And when it comes to the romantic, what? The romantic aspect of relationship that lacks partnership, this is what happens, or you can identify if this relationship that you're in is in no way a partnership. I remember what a partnership is now. Think about a business partnership. All right? When you go into a partnership, the partner benefits or takes part in the ups and the downs. So if the business excel, the partner benefits, and the partner is to take a part of that, has a responsibility in that, to receive that. And if the business not do well, the partner also is responsible for that. Them have a stake in that. Them have a say in it. Now, a relationship without partnership looks like this. It's one-sided. Only one person is giving. The other person is receiving. The other person is like a vampire. Energy vampire just keep taking. All right. It is also would look like transactional. The marriage, marriage of convenience. It's an agreement type of thing. All right. So it's codependent as well, or dependent. That person just always want to take. All right. And then it's also controlling an imbalance. You have the avoidance and the passive actions taking place in a relationship like that. That's how you're able to identify a relationship that is in no way a partnership. Now, look at it this way. If the one you're with only shows you affection when they want something, like some man, when they want sex, them show the woman the most affection. But outside of that, not even rub her feet. She come in and she say her feet are hurt, or she stand up all day depending on the type of job she do. You might wonder you hurt me too, Instead of massaging the woman's feet, giving her a hug every now and again, giving her a kiss, stuff of that nature. But no, when he wants sex, babes, what go on? You look good today, babes. Today, you look good today. So what happened to all the other days then when she put herself together on the road? I tell you this, man and man, if you not get the compliments needed or due to the woman, she gonna get it elsewhere. And vice versa. Now make me balance the thing, because I'm all about balance. Some woman only show the man affection when them want something, them see a new handbag, them want a new shoes, or them show the man X amount of affection. Yeah, she may cook the meal, but she not share the man meal and serve him. But because she want that one thing there, what? King treatment for the whole time until she get what she want. That is a one-sided relationship. That's a union of convenience. That is a transactional kind of thing. Many of us were in that. Many persons still in that. Me didn't whole heap of them there. I never realized I eat that. So a person may rely on you for support outside of financial. It could be emotional support because you're more emotionally grounded. and that person that you're involved with just feeds off of you, and you don't realize that. That person, after being involved with you, may start excel because you put so much into them in seeing that they become the best version of themselves, but them now reciprocate and they ain't doing it with you. That is a one-sided relationship. It's not a partnership. Now, have you ever felt like the relationship you're in a relationship, but are you alone in it? You ever feel like that? Tell me if you ever felt like that. A lot of persons are in relationships like that. One-sided relationship where you keep giving, and if you pause for a moment, even catch your breath, to reflect, to think, it seems like at that given moment, the wrong thing you could have ever do, because the person that maybe call you out on it. Yo, me realize that do that something the way you used to do for me, spend much time with me, call me like you used to, It's one-sided. When we talk about relationship, persons normally just believe it's the one that you're involved with sexually, but relationship is broader than that. And the power of partnership when it comes to relationship is very significant. So the benefits of when your relationship gets to a partnership, so that's how it ought to be in a romantic, intimate relationship. It's supposed to be a partnership. And when your relationship gets to that level, you'll be able to identify, because it will be based on shared responsibility and a one-sided thing. All right? You share in just about everything, the chores, the tasks, the finances. You share on a one-sided thing, and a my money and your money kind of thing. No, our money. We do everything together. We wash the dishes together. We do laundry together. It's a togetherness. It's a partnership. So if that is lacking in your relationship, something needs to be fixed. The benefit of a partnership type of relationship also has to do with mutual respect. All right. Now that has to do with one aspect of the principles of relationship. Every letter in relationship has a significant meaning. Relationship is like an acronym. Every letter means something. But that's going to be down sometime from now when I share with you the principles of relationship and explain to you what every letter stands for and the significance of what it stands for. All right. Now, with the partnership relationship, it's all about oneness. It's always about us. It's always about us. The queen to me, sometimes I would say, all right, simple example. She used to receive some money. All right. And me say, all right, remember, so you need to go collect your money. No, it's our money. Me normally tell her that, my money is your money. It's our money. It's our this, it's our that. But sometimes, truth be told, coming out of relationships where it's a situationship, sometimes you have to catch yourself and remember that, listen, you're in a partnership, you're no longer in a situationship. So it is oneness. Communication is great. There's regular communication in a partnership. Just like any partnership, a business partnership where you have to have regular meetings. Yeah, you have to communicate regularly in a relationship that is a partnership. And it's growth oriented as well, and it's emotionally driven. Sometimes you don't want to be out of the other person's space. You don't want out of your significant other space. That is how you know when your thing turn up, you have a partnership and not a mere relationship. Okay? Because you both have invested in this union of love. You're both invested in it. Your time. Remember, in a relationship, the action of relating, right? Based on the action of relating, you're invested in it, your time, your desires, your passion, your dreams. Uh, that is the aspect of investment. And the returns you get is based on what you give. So if you're giving of yourself, it's like love. L in love is loyalty, devotion. So if you devote your time, your energy, your ideas, yourself, your body, your entire being to this person, a true relationship that has evolved to partnership guarantees you the same that you give. Hence, give unto others or do unto others as you like them do unto you. Right? Now, when it comes to that partnership, in the romantic aspect of it, the joint decision making. No one side, no one person will make the decision. You're both making the decision. Come again to like a business. So that's, you see, the terms that we were given over the years, has been so miscomprehended. Because when we hear relationship, automatically, when we grow up, we think sex. When really and truly, it ought to be a partnership. You get involved with someone based on how can I help to make this person's life better? And the person is thinking the same thing. Go into the relationship thinking and hoping what you can get from that person. It is more about what you can give to that person. And it's reciprocal. They in turn, are to be thinking the same thing. And once you are on that same wavelength, it is always reciprocal. It is 360. You give, them give, so it's ongoing. So see there? The cycle keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. So start here, stop here, so. And it keeps going. The line of latitude, yeah, but it keeps going on. So, when it comes to a friendship, though, it is the checking in to find out how you're doing, showing interest, being around during times are tough. That's a true friend. How much friends stay so? And that is why I tell a lot of persons that the one you're with ought to be your friend, your best friend. So even if you have a best friend, when you get involved, especially when you know deep down or you think within yourself, say, you want to make this a serious union, you want to be with this one, even if you had a best friend, that person automatically ought to become your best friend without you even asking them or hoping. It ought to be automatic. You share your secrets, you share your past, you share everything, you share your desire. You share even how much person you have had sex with. You give the bill and laden. You give everything. Because really and truly, in a devoted partnership, hey Naz, how you doing? In a devoted relationship that is a partnership, there ought to be no secrets. There ought to be no secrets. So that is one of the things that you share. That's how you also relate, by sharing your secrets, your desires. No matter how far-fetched them is or twisted or kinky. You share your aspirations. You share that. So that is how you can tell the difference between a partnership and a situationship or a mere relationship. Because the mere relationship, as I said to you earlier, has to do with outside of the significant other. Your family, your mother, father, brother, sister, your co-worker. That's a relationship too. Everything in life is relatable. It's how you relate, how you share. Nature, as it being the air we breathe. How do you relate to the air that you breathe? Do you breathe correctly? Do you inhale and fill up your diaphragm and exhale? Do you practice proper breathing? Whoa, lights out. Do you practice proper breathing? So everything is relatable. Producer, we can get some more light over the side here. Hmm. All right. So the workplace relationship now. Turn on that light here. This light went. Far right. Far right. Far right. Last one to the right. Last one on the right. Hmm. A little better. All right. Thank you, love. It's the light here. Come on, 15 minutes to go. I think I'm gonna need it. Yeah, on charge, but 15 minutes to go. Wing it from here. All right. So the spiritual aspect of relationship has to do with one helping to grow your faith, your assisting you with becoming more than just the physical, looking outside the physical, always seeing to help you evolve or elevate to a higher state of mind is what the spiritual relationship is about. The person who is your spiritual, what do I call him? I know, there's a term, accountability partner kind of thing. All right. You try to ensure that you are aligned with your higher self. It's a small thing, love. Don't worry yourself about it, man. Right here. But don't worry yourself. It's a small charger. Mm. All right. Now, answer me this, or ask yourself this question. Just take the time to think about it. Can you think of someone in your life you truly deem a partner? I'm going to say it not necessarily for be the significant other. All right. Who can you really say? Is the one you're with truly your partner? Hmm? No, you say, no, put it right as a love. No, man, load up. You really going to try? Nah. How dark is dark? Not going to work, you know. There you go. It's not going to work. So you see my partner here now trying her best to get back light into this thing, and I'm telling her it's okay. But you see, that's what happens when you're in a partnership. That is what happens when you're in a partnership. It's not going to work too well, my love. No, you see, she's even willing to hold it for what, 50 minutes? Nothing wrong with you, man. You're going to hold that for 50 minutes. You see what I talk about partnership, people? She wants to ensure that what I'm presenting goes across in a manner that is presentable. So she's going, I want to see how long you going to stand there. We have 12 minutes to go. All right, so for the time being, think about it. Is the one you're with actually a partner? You know, think deep. Or who in your life would you say is a partner? Is it your mother? Is it your father, your brother, your sister? Who you have that kind of, you can relate with on a level where you can just be yourself. You can just be yourself. Share any secrets, anything. Okay, so got what, 7 minutes to go? Yeah, and I want McQueen to stand up too much longer, like security. Yeah. So let me just get into it and share with you what are some of the things that prevents a relationship from getting to the level of partnership. Okay? Withholding communication, a lack of communication, dishonesty. Yeah. Them something there? Yeah. Carl, where you at? You know, say, madam, a cousin in that bar, eh? Stop it. Where you there? But there's Susan. But Mr. Man stand up outside one area talk to Susan, but you talk to Susan, right? Anyway, honesty is dishonesty is one of the things that hinders a relationship to get to the level of partnership. Also, the silent expectation. You're with someone and you want something, you desire something, you're thinking something, or you give a gesture and you're expecting the partner to pick up and comprehend instead of making know that, love, could you do this for me? Could you do that for that? Yeah. Them thing there hinders the partnership. Then power struggle. I see this in so many relationships, what is deemed romantic or intimate relationship, where the man try show up the woman because maybe the woman is in a better standard than him. She has more accomplishments, or she may be earning more than him. So him always I try get one up on her for certain things. Or the woman uh, tend to belittle the man and say certain things. The power struggle. Okay, I can do that better. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Oh, that's not the way my mom taught me how to cook that. That's the man right here. No, like, oh no, that is, yeah, that competition thing there, that power struggle, that that is going to hinder a relationship from getting to the level of partnership. Is there something more, producer? Yeah. Now, a lack of effort or presence, being there. Now, this is something that one has to practice daily because sometimes your partner needs your presence and you're so caught up with what you are doing in the sense of you are working on something to ensure that the finance is stable and have financial stability. But in that moment, sometimes that not important, that's another priority. It's important, but another priority. What is a priority is being present for your partner. Uh, in a situation where they got some discouraging news, or they're trying to get something done and not get around to it. Present yourself. Present yourself. Stop what you're doing because you can always go back to it. But failure to be present in that moment for the one you're with, there's no way you can go back to that because that moment is going to pass. All right. So things like that tends to hinder a relationship from getting to partnership. Ignoring emotions. Oh, come on, man. That you're going to over. That's so simple. No, no do it. No do it. If it matters to the person, it ought to matter to you, no matter how simple it may seem. If it matters to your significant other, it's supposed to matter to you. Their interests ought to be your interests because the two become one. It's no longer your thing, her thing, or theme thing. It is the us thing, the united spirit. Okay? Now, quickly, what helps to strengthen a relationship to get to the level of partnership is the total opposite. Communication, regular communication. Regular communication. Communication is coming in union or coming in one. The action of coming as one. All right? And it's communication with intention. You know, just a talk for the sake of talking. When you're talking with your significant other, it's almost like you're talking to yourself. It is intimate, it's personal, it's deep. Okay? And you say what you mean. And you're honest. Even when it's hard to be honest. Yeah. Sometimes I have to catch my breath when it comes to being honest, because sometimes you want to lie, but yeah, there's no way you lie to yourself. So you have to stop, take a deep breath, and profess the truth. Because if you lie to your partner, you're lying to you. You get what I'm saying to you? Okay. Then there's take the emotional risk. Be vulnerable. Talk about your past. Talk about how much people you're sleeping. You know, just open up. Even if you're not sure about something, don't pretend like you know. I don't know that, you know. I have no knowledge of that. Even if it makes you look simple or stupid, and in no way the one you're with, if they value you, would see you as being simple or stupid. Because that's how they would, if they perceive you as such, they will see themselves as such. I tell you, Duke, you catch the tail of it. What divine love, my brother? What divine love. Now you see who the love jack is. Yes, the very same people and the couple that you met in Cayman when you came to play at Marcia Griffiths and Morgan Heritage event there, that Mother's Day thing. Yeah, now you see who the love jack is. Same way. One divine love, my brother. Yes. Duke just realized who it is. Yeah, so you miss it, Duke. I'll wrap up now. I'm actually touching on what helps to make a relationship into a partnership. All right. So you miss the tail of, you've got to catch the replay. Yeah, makes sense? Yeah, you miss it. All right. So let me just go back. What helps to build or cause a relationship to evolve to a partnership is communication, intentional communication, saying what you mean, being honest, being open, when it's hard. All right. Being vulnerable, not hide nothing, not hide nothing. If you do want to look at something back in the days, yeah, talk about it. Share your secrets. That's one way of relating. One aspect of the relate to share your experience, share your past experience, no matter how it may seem, it may be traumatic. And by sharing that traumatic experience with the one you're with, it may help you get over that traumatic experience. All right. Uh, Honor the differences. We're not gonna always agree upon the same thing, but respect the person's difference, their decision. That helps to bring the relationship to a partnership. Okay? We don't need to always agree, can disagree until we get to that level wherein we totally come to an agreement by reasoning things out. So I've always said to person, this word that is bedded so heavily in the church arena, submission. I've told person so many times that submission only comes after communication because it's really another form of compromisation. When you both come to an agreement, you may have a different opinion, a different point of view, but by communicating, coming, the action of coming in union, coming as one, then you both start to see what the other is saying or is thinking. Okay? And then this is something for you to have a partnership type of relationship, for your relationship to evolve to that level. This is something that you have to practice daily. And on a one-time thing. Just do it and done. It is something that has to be done daily. It's a practice, it's a habit. By sharing, by being honest, by being open, by communicating regularly, by making the sacrifice, by being there for that someone. Like, oh, my queen, I know I want this light here to make things look better. I mean, you know. Anyway, I challenge you. Write down one action you can take, as in to do based on what I've said thus far, to improve your relationship. No matter what type of relationship. Could be the romantic type, the friendship, the work, the spiritual one. But just do one thing. Write down one thing or work on one thing. First, write it down because when you see things, it's much better. When you write it down, you start to visualize it. You see it becomes a part of you. So write down what you think you need to improve on and work on it. Be here come tomorrow between 6 to 8. Right here, Love Jack on the block. It's going to be the Sexology edition. Today was Relationship Wednesday. Tomorrow is Sexology Thursday. Going to be talking about what is sex really, because it's more than just a physical act. All right. So you want to be here for that 6 p.m. Central Standard Time to 8 p.m. This is my final track. Thank you all for being here and those who just came. Ensure to be here early come tomorrow between 6 to 8 o'clock. Love Jack is off the block.